This is Marie, World Peas Knits, episode 29. Oh my gosh. It's hard to get started again. So this is a knitting and crafty podcast, and I do usually have a tea corner and coffee that I've been drinking. I'll tell you about that at the very end. So today we're just going to have some knitting and sewing, some works in progress and finished objects. So let's just get started. In my first, I also have notes that are down below. So if you see me looking down below, it's just at my notes. So the first thing I was going to tell you about is works in progress. So things that I've been working on. So I've been sewing and I've been making bags for myself. And so this bag is a little bag that I made for the fall holidays. And inside of it is just orange. So, and I'll just talk about, I was just going to show you that bag because I had made it since the last time I podcast. And the yarn project that I had inside of this bag was this Lolo Did It. And let me see, this is the Hippo for Thanksgiving colorway. I also got two other little Lolos, which are just kind of like miniature skeins. And they were to do the heels and toes with. And so this is what I got. And so this is in the plush sock base. And that's just a type of yarn that she calls a plush sock base. And then the little Lolos are Brown Eyed Girl, which is the brown one, and then Fame is the other one. So, and I just recently started on these on size 2.75 needles. And I went to the movies yesterday and I watched Murder on the Orient Express. And I was knitting on these, and I noticed today when I was putting them away that I think I might have split a stitch in the movie theater. So I will have to go back and check that out. It's like right there somewhere. But that won't be too hard to fix. So, all right. So, and then I started with that Brown Eyed Girl, just a few rows of it. And then I thought I would do the heels and toes, one of them in the brown and then the other one in the gold. So I thought I would do that on this pair. And these are with signature 2.75 needles. And then the other project that is in this bag, I haven't started yet, but it's also Lolo Did It. And let's see, I covered up my notes. This one's in the plush sock base. I don't know if you can see it. I'm recording at night. The day kind of got away from me because I had to go grocery shopping and do some stuff. But this one is called Oh Holy Night, and it's one of her Christmas colorways. And then I got Shamrock to go with it, which is just a green, to do the heels and toes. Maybe the cuffs. Maybe just the cuffs and toes. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this pair I haven't started yet. So I just wound them into the balls or the cakes and put them in my bag. So, all right. So the next bag that I have some projects. So this was this bag. The next one, okay, so this one, this one is interesting. This is some fall scrappy socks that I put on the needles. So recently I was watching, oh my gosh, I didn't write this down, but I think her name is Blueberry Fields on Instagram, and she does a whole bunch of scrappy socks, and they're super cute. And so I recently got into doing some scrappy socks, and so I also made this bag too. It's like a little fall bag with the deer and the fox on it, and then I just did polka dots on the bottom. And then this one is just like a little fall coordinating fabric. And I think I would just have orange inside of this one. But so this is just all, this bag is full, like probably too full, of just scrappy fall colorways. I don't know if you can see in there. Oh, you can see a piece of fuzz right here too. But see, so I just have like little kind of everything that's kind of autumn color, like brown and, you know, oranges, and just all scraps left over. And then this is from that Christmas advent that Opal had last year. So I put some of the fall colored looking ones inside of here too. So just all my scraps. And this is my first sock in the fall scrappy sock pair that I've been working on. And so the only thing that's maybe slightly a downfall about making scrappy socks is these little ends. They're peeking out the end. But you kind of have a lot of ends to weave in. So like this was one color. This looks like some Desert Vista. I have some socks out of most of this. And then this was another, you know, colorway, and this is another one, this is another one, like that, you know. And there's more Desert Vista down here. So, anyway, yeah, I've just enjoyed doing these scrappy socks and just using up my leftovers. I have also like a crocheted blanket, and I also have a Cozy Memories blanket that I've been knitting on, the crocheted with scraps. And I just decided to do some scrappy socks with some of the scraps too. So, all right. And so this is just size 2, 2.75 needles. I cast on 64 stitches. And then I just did a 2x2 rib. Oh, and I've been doing that like 28 rows. I really like that, that Vegan Jilly and Love Sock Wool do. The longer cuff, they seem to stay up better, and I just like it a lot better. And I'm doing the length of the top of the sock a little bit longer, so that it's almost the length of the foot, you know, just a little bit. I'm doing mine a little bit shorter than the length of the foot, but I really like it. So, all right. So the next thing that I've been working on, I'll put this away, is I have one other project bag with some new projects in it also. So most of those, yes, those are all new, I think, since last time. I should probably be working on all the whips that I have, all the works in progress, but I, for some reason, keep casting on more socks. But I do have 4 finished pair this time, so that's good. Okay, so in this bag, this is just my little fringe supply bag with a couple of pins on it. You know, I think I got these pins at Michael's, just little. I'm from San Francisco, so it was like hippie chick kind of stuff. You know, I feel like you get it. And then, oh, I got this at work the other day. They were giving away little merchandise from the ski resorts. So, all right. Okay, so the first sock that I have on the needles in this bag, I'm just going to see if I can find the label. That's not it. Is, I've got like all these other labels in here that aren't even to these socks. Okay, so is this Opal. So I saw this Opal holiday yarn that people were, I think it's like a winter yarn, and it's color 2104. And so it's in German, made in Germany. I can't read German, so I'll just put that up there so you can take a look at that. All right, and so this one is a holiday colorway. It looks like this, and it's a self-striping. So Opal is like a little sturdier of yarn, and it makes like different stripes of color without having to, you know, pick up and change yarns. So this is what this particular sock looks like. I'm going to put it in the light a little better. And also I have a new iPad, so this may be a little different, this video. Okay, so yeah. So in here, in the ribbing, you can't really see the patterning as well. It kind of looks really pretty muddied right there. But this is how it looks down below when it repeats again. So this is just a holiday colorway. And these needles are size, these are Knit Pro Zings, it looks like. Size 2, 2.75. And this was a new sock that I put on the needles since the last time I saw you for the holidays. And it's 64 stitches, you know, a 2x2 rib, and I did the 28 rows like I was talking about, and I'm doing the longer top of the socks also. Okay, and then the next one that I have on the needles in here is a Zauberball. And this one is Zauberball. Okay, so it was my birthday recently in October, and I got this ball of yarn for my birthday. I saw it on Instagram and I really wanted it. It's super cute. And I got it for my birthday. And this is what it's called. So it's Zauberball like Stark 6, I guess. I don't know. And let's see. Okay, they have a colorway name. And I don't want to butcher it, so I'll just show it to you. That's it. And it's color 2092. And you can still find it. It's around. So, in case you're interested. So these are just like fall colors. And I saw somebody was making some fingerless mitts on Instagram with them. And I have this pair of socks. These are pretty far along. I'm only on the first one still, but I've again have the 28 stitches in the cuff, 2x2 rib, and now this one goes from color to color, and they won't match, but I mean they're pretty. I really like the colors. Maybe you can see them better like this. So this is the waist yarn that I've put in for where the heel's gonna go. So I'll remove that and put the heel in later on. And I'm just about ready to decrease for the toe. And I have this little monkey on here. He's like a little monkey guy. Isn't he cute? But I use like a stitch marker to show me which needle is my first needle when I do the decrease rounds. So, but yeah, he's from Michael's in the jewelry department. He's super cute. All right, so and then this was size 2, 2.75 needles. Oh, these were signatures. I really, recently I decided I kind of like metal needles better than the wooden needles. I have a lot of wooden needles and I do still use them, but some of the yarns, some of the yarn kind of moves slower, I think, on the wooden needles. So I was finishing up a pair of socks. I think it was one of my mom's pairs of socks that were on wooden needles. And I was like, oh, it kind of is going slower. And I think I prefer the metal needles, I've decided. But so most of my socks are now on the metal needles. I do like the wooden needles for some things, I guess. So, all right. Okay, so the next thing, let me just check my notes. Okay, so the next thing is I decided that I put this huge bowl of yarn together. These are all my holiday scraps, like from other holiday socks that I've knit. And I decided I was just going to show it to you. I put them in a big bowl. And I'm going to make a pair of scrappy holiday yarn socks because I thought that would be fun, with all of the leftover, because every year, I don't know if you do or not, but every year I make more pairs of holiday socks and then I have the leftovers from them. So I thought I just put together all the holiday colorways that I had and put them in this bowl, and I thought I would do a holiday scrap socks. I kind of wanted to do like on Instagram, so we could put like a hashtag holiday scrappy socks, and then we could just post pictures and just see what each other's doing. If you want to join me, it's not anything formal and it's whenever you want to do it. And I kind of thought I would do it until the end of the year, until, December 31st or January 1st or whatever. But I would post pictures of my holiday scrappy socks. So I thought I would put the fall ones in there and the Christmas ones in there and just post, do the hashtag holiday scrappy socks, just so that I could see. I'd like to see what you're knitting on too, if you're game for joining in with the scrappy socks. because it's fun, you know? All right, so the next thing I was going to show you is some sewing. So I sewed those other 2 bags, which I already showed you. And then I sewed this one, this little owl bag. And I just thought he was so cute. And I did a yellow zipper, and then what did I have inside? I just have a yellow, kind of like a, I don't know, like a waffle stitch, kind of. You can't even really see it in this light. But fabric on the inside. So, yep, and that's just a little owl bag, and I thought I would use that in the future or give it away, you know, as a gift. And I also got some more fabric for some more bags that I plan to make for the holidays. So I was going to make some Christmas bags, you know, for my projects and for my friends and stuff like that. I'm not selling them or anything. I just thought that would be fun. So the first, I was just going to show you quickly some of the fabrics that I saw. Now this little stack is from Joann's, and I just got enough to make like 1 or 2 bags, you know, of each fabric, and maybe just 1. Really, some of them aren't very much. So this is the first one I got. I just thought I'd show it to you really quick so you could kind of see what they have there. That's cute. And then this one's a flannel. I had a flannel bag before. I think, I'm trying to remember who made it, but I had bought a flannel bag before in the past, and I thought, that's cute. It's a little flannel bag that I'll make in the future. And then this one I saw. I just thought that was cute too. And then this one's a little winter one. The snowman. He's cute. And then this one is kind of old-fashioned, old-timey. Oops, I think I might have it upside down. Yeah. So it just has little patches and things on it. Oh, I think I had it right side up to begin with. Right there. Okay. And then this was going to be the inside fabrics. This is sparkly. I don't know if you can see it, but it says gather together. And then this one just has some snowflakes on it. So cute. So I thought I would just make a few little holiday bags for my friends and family or whatever. And then I was on Spoonflower, which is more expensive fabric, but I thought I wanted to make a couple, I saw a couple of fabrics that I wanted to make a bag with. And so I got some. And now this, I've pre-washed it, so it needs to be ironed still. But I just thought I would show it to you. So isn't this the cutest thing ever? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just jiggling the table, sorry. So, but the little people or little animals with their knitwear and their knitting, that's so cute. I totally am going to make a bag with that. And once I iron it, it'll look better. But yeah, I just washed them. And then I got some of this, just a winter scene. And then I got some coffee cups, which were, because I like coffee, little holiday cups. And I just thought I would make a couple of bags. Maybe on the day after Thanksgiving, I'll do some sewing. That's what I thought, because I have that day off, Friday. So, okay, and the next thing, let me just look at my notes. Okay, the next thing is finished objects. So I have 4 pairs of socks that I finished, which is super. That's a lot of socks for me. And the first pair that I finished was this pair. Now this is it's like Crazy Zauberball, the brand, but it's called, I don't know, Wunderklecks. I'm not sure. In German is I'm probably butchering that, but it's kind of like wavy yarn, like it was maybe put into the knit. Maybe it was already knit and it was pulled out, and maybe it was knit into like a sock blank, you know, and then pulled out, because look, it's kind of strange how it's wavy like that. I have a feeling that it was knit up into some sort of swatch and then dyed like that and then pulled out and put into a ball. That's kind of what it looks like to me. But yep, that's it. And then the colorway, oh yes, it's like grasshopper, but it's like you know, in German. So it's like the German version of the word. And I finished this pair of socks, and I can't wait to wear them. They look like they're going to be super warm. I love the, they smell kind of sheepy too. They smell like wool. Surprise, surprise. So this is the pair. So silly. It's late. But I love the Crazy Zauberball brand. This, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but this brand of yarn, it is one of the best wearing sock yarn. I mean, it's not the best, but you know, it's one of the best that I've found. When I wear them, they last a really long time. I haven't had any holes in this kind of sock yarn yet, but I have a lot of pairs of socks, so I kind of rotate through, and none of them get too much wear, you know, like so that they've gotten holes in them yet. But okay, so that's the first sock that I finished. Now the second sock that I was going to tell you about is I did this thing. Okay, so speaking of the scrappy socks that I was talking about earlier, I was on Instagram, and I had started a pair of scrappy socks that because I saw that Blueberry Fields, she had started a pair of scrappy socks, and she was posting her progress, and I didn't realize that she had done this knit along. I think she was doing a knit along, and so I thought, I'm going to do a pair of scrappy socks. That's really cool. And so then I had seen that she was doing it, and I think I saw her tag for the Monster Socks Cal 2017, and so I went ahead and joined because I saw everyone was posting pictures of their socks. And so this is the pair that I made. And so these are completely scrappy. They don't match at all. They're just like leftover yarn from other socks that I've made. So basically I have either fingerless mitts or socks with all of these yarns. And I just was, you know, using leftovers, and it was super fun. I really like this. This is kind of sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it, but it's cool. I think I made a pair of fingerless mitts out of that. And this is like Birthday Cake from Desert Vista, and I don't know, Felici, all kinds. That looks like the box story yarn. I can't remember the name of that right now. But anyway, there's tons of yarns in here. And so then I entered this Monster Sock Cal 2017 kind of inadvertently. I was like, oh, I'm just going to post it and put that tag on it. And then the lady messaged me, oh, thanks for entering, or thanks for knitting along with us. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I'll finish them up and get my finished object posted in there. So so I did. And then they did like the winners of the knit along, and it turned out that I won a little prize. So I was like, whoa. So it's cool. So this was my prize. I just thought I'd show you. SMCARN Sue, and then OOCHA Jessie were putting on this knit along. So, and then Sue sent me this with all these minis in here. So I was like, how cool is that? Now I could use some of these for my fall scrappy socks and for my winter scrappy socks, or my holiday scrappy socks. So yeah. So that's really cool. So all these, there's a ton of them in here. And they also sent me this little chai latte lip balm, and this little Low Love. It's like a little kind of a cream for your hands. It's called Ginger Amber is the flavor or smell. So that's cool. So anyway, so I ended up doing this Monster Sock Cal on Instagram, and it was fun, and I love it. And now I'm hooked. So, okay. So the next thing I was going to show you is the 2 pairs of socks that I finished for my mom. And the first one is this Desert Vista, and I just put them in here. So I don't have sock blockers for her size foot. And I was just going to say, so I wear a size 12 because I'm like 6'2". I'm super tall. And so this is like a size 12. And so I was kind of not sure about how to make size, 8.5, which is what she wears. And so this will be a trial run. So I just made two without even her trying them on. But she's in California, so this is the the pair that I made for her. And they're not blocked because I don't have any sock blockers in this size, but they're smaller. And I think they'll fit. Like, I was on the train with my with my friend Roxy, and she was like, I think those will fit. And she's like stretching them. And then some lady behind us who like drives a train, and she was just moving from one location to another riding on the train. And then she piped up and she was like, oh yeah, these will fit. I wear that size. Oh, these should fit. She was like looking at them. This is about the size I wear. So I was like, okay. So evidently Roxy and then the train driver behind us both said that these will fit my mom. So I should be good, which is super silly. But, so this is Desert Vista Dye Works. And I, let's see, I think I started these last year too. And it's Somebody's Driving the School Bus. So it's zombie colorways, which my mom would probably be like, what? Zombie this and this, the green and the purple are zombie, and then the school bus, of course, is the other. So anyway, so that's her first pair. And it's her birthday too, coming up. Actually, it's past just like a day, but I hadn't podcast yet and I wanted to show them to you. So I held back, and I'll send them to her this week. And I had this much yarn left, so for more scrappy socks or a scrappy blanket. And then the second set of socks that I knit for her were on Knit Picks Felici, the maple leaves. And this was the second pair. And of course I don't have blockers, just like the other pair. But they're super cute. I really like them. So hopefully they fit her. And all goes well with that. And what I decided to do for hers I did 64 stitches on the needle, but I did a smaller needle. And then what I also did was, so I had her measure the length of her foot, which she said was 9 inches. And so what I did was I took into account 1.5 inches for the toe. So I got this like pattern or recipe off of somewhere, I'm not sure where, but you take into account 1.5 inches for the toe. And then I did 5 inches for the foot. So 5 inches from the beginning of the heel to where I start the decreases. And then I took into account 2.5 inches for the heel, because I did a few rows around and then I did the afterthought heel. So 9 inches total, which is the length of her foot. Fingers crossed that this works, that they fit her. And I made them on a slightly smaller size needle than I usually use. So I usually use a 2.75, and I used a 2.25. So we'll see if those work, and I hope they do. I hope they fit her. All right, and then the next thing is Coffee and Tea Corner, and then we'll be done. So the first thing I was going to show you is coffee. So I have, so I usually just put my coffee in here, and then I just cut the front of the bag off and put it here so I know what it is. But this one is Winter Blend Coffee, and it's by Archer Farms, and that's a Target brand. So I like some of the Target brand coffees, and this one's really good. This one, it tastes like caramel, kind of. So it's just coffee flavor and caramel. And then that's one of my favorites that I've been drinking recently. And then the other one is a San Marco coffee. And this one is Holiday Spice. So I wasn't sure what the flavors were exactly, but I really like it. And I looked it up before I podcast today so I could tell you what the flavors are. And it's supposed to be creamy cinnamon and pumpkin spice blended together. So that's what makes the Holiday Spice, and it's really delicious. So, and then of course I put my stickers on here because I have to have like little holiday stickers just to be festive. All right, and then the tea that I'm trying not to shake the table, and then the tea that I've been drinking that I was going to talk about. I have 3 flavors of tea. The first one is this vanilla chai puka, and I got this off of Amazon, and it's really delicious. I like it in the fall. For some reason I like chai tea and stuff in the fall. So I like the cinnamon and the warm spices and stuff like that. So, and that's what that looks like. And then I have 2 Harney and Sons flavors that I've been drinking. This chocolate mint, which is super delicious. And I believe you can get both of these. I know you can get this one at Target, the chocolate mint. But sometimes it's hard to find. Sometimes I don't see it there. And then this other one is African Autumn. So, and this one is cranberry orange flavor. So it's really good. I really like it. And you can order from Harney and Sons online. And I'm sure for the Black Friday, they're going to have sales and like free shipping and things like that. So you should look on the Harney and Sons website if you're interested in making an order. I'm sure over this holiday weekend they'll have some sort of deal. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time with a bunch of Christmas socks. Yeah. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.